Hi guys, so I want to show you how I make oil for my hair and the children's hair. Now this is only the second time that I'm making this particular blend, and that's because I'm using shea butter. Now I don't really like using shea butter on my hair. I've tried it several times before because I see it on YouTube, and I've never really liked how it felt on my hair, or I don't know. I always would wash it out the day after because I just didn't feel comfortable with it. It's nothing to do with the smell because, as you know, I'm from Gambia, so shea butter is very well known in Gambia. So it's not the smell. In fact, shea butter is very good. I tend to have dry lips a lot and I really hate it. I have like 10 million lip balms, but I'm that person who never uses it. I will always use it only when my lips are in trouble. So whenever I have chapped lips, I would take a shea butter and put it on my lips. And I'm telling you, before the morning, it's completely healed. It's really good. And other things I would use it for is one of my daughters was born with, she doesn't have flaky skin, but her skin is very sensitive. Every now and again, she just has these eruptions of some sort, be it something she's eaten or something else. So I would use it for that, and I would use it for myself. But mainly at home, I feel insecure using it and leaving the house because I like to use shea butter in its a raw state. I don't like to mix it with anything at all because I think it's very good, and you know it does smell strong. However, shea butter from Gambia I find is not as strong as the ones I've smelt from other countries. One time I was speaking to a lady from the Caribbean, and she told me she's just bought shea butter from Amazon or something of the sort, and it was quite expensive. She showed me a little tub, and I think she said it was £10, but this was made. It's like one of those African new companies. Anyway, it smelled so strong. This doesn't smell strong at all. I hope you can see the color because that's another thing people like to debate about, whether it's yellow or ivory or what other color. This is very good. As you can see, when they send it to me, it comes in this classic Gambian yellow bag, and I never take it out from the bag. I just leave it as it is. Anyway, so to my oil, as I said, I've only made this once and I like how it's turned out. So I'm going to use the double boiler method, which is we're going to warm them all up. You obviously need that for the coconut oil and the shea butter. So again, as I've only made it once and I do like it, I don't really have like a measurement. So I'm just going to show you how I would just eye it. So these are the oils, which is the shea butter. And this is Jamaican black castor oil. As you can see, I got that from Pax 4.99. I always buy this castor oil anyway. But again, I'm very bad at using it. Sometimes it's in my cupboard when I open it forever, and then I'd have to throw it out because I don't like to use it when it's been opened for a long time. As you can see, it's sealed. This is another thing I see on YouTube a lot. People buying oils, whatever oil it is, and first of all, they're very cheap, like £2, £3, and they don't have seals on them. I wouldn't trust that oil because if the oil is really good, it wouldn't be so cheap. Second of all, you'd think a seal would be appropriate. This doesn't only have this plastic seal. If you open it inside, there's another seal there. So I'm using the hemp oil. I really like this oil. And I had a comment on one of my videos, someone telling me how much she also loved it. And I was letting her know that I put it in the fridge because it does have an expiry date. Is it coming to show you or not? Can you see? Okay, so it's May 2017. So it's usually about the 6-7 month mark whenever you buy it. I get mine from Waitrose, but they're available everywhere else. But try and buy one that you can see the expiry date. And if it's about the 6 month mark, then you know it's really reputable. So extra virgin oil, olive oil, and the coconut oil that I don't like because the smell is like, it's not sweet. I'm really disappointed with this KTC brand. So as you know, I buy the other one usually from Boots or anywhere else as long as it's the sweet smelling one. So the double boiler method is to have a pot of boiling water and then you put a glass bowl on top and melt the things without direct heat. So yeah, so I'm just going to pop everything here together because I think everything requires heat to activate itself, even though you're going to keep it and be using it later. But again, before you apply it, work it in your hands until it's a bit warm, and I think that's best rather than just slathering it on your hair and working it through like that. So let's start. Okay, so that's how much shea butter I have. And this is plastic, but you can use glass jar, of course. I have children and my fridge is always full. By the way, I do keep this in the fridge all the time until it's done because of the hemp oil. And I think in general it's better again because of just everything, especially the shea butter, because I'm not really sure how it's been, you know, processed, although it's very to the point when they process it in Africa. But again, I've had this for a long while, and as you can see, I don't have any fungus or anything. And yeah, so it's fine, but I think it's just generally best in the fridge. So I'm going to add the coconut oil. Do you know what's funny? I've just smelled this because I haven't opened it since I made my body butter, and it's actually smelling normal now. I don't smell that savory smell anymore. That's really weird. I wonder if it's the cold weather that's just brought it to its proper state. It smells fine. That's amazing. Okay, so I've tried to sort of equal the amount of shea butter I have here. And okay, now just for the oils. So I'm going to start with the hemp oil just so you see how much I put in. I really like hemp oil. However, I must tell you, it is strong as well. So let me tilt the bowl. Okay, so that much. I think I want more. Yeah, that should do. Then I'm gonna add the olive oil. Olive oil is really great for moisturizing skin and hair. So I think I'll go with the same amount. Yeah, I think that should do. So I'm just going to pause now to get the castor oil out. Okay, so with the 4 fluid ounces, I want to put a third in because this is another strong smelling thing, but it's very good, as you know. People use it a lot for like hot oil treatment. You know, when I was younger, my mum always used to treat my hair like deep conditioning things, but as an adult, I don't have the time. I don't do it. It's really bad. Oh, by the way, I do use other oils for myself. As you know, with everything homemade I make, I always like to buy the usual commercial stuff. So I would buy things like this. And sometimes when I make my homemade ones, I would add things like this, but they are very expensive. These retail at near about £10 each. Sometimes you can get them on sale for like, I don't know, 2 for 15 or 12, something like that. So they're very good. I'll just show you the actual size. Okay, that's not happening. Let me show you these in the meantime. Like for conditioning my hair, I do shampoo and conditioner in the shower, but because I don't have time for deep conditioning stuff, I like the leave-in ones, so I buy these. I get these from TK Maxx, and I don't buy the same thing all the time. I just have a good look and I see whatever it is I like at that particular time. This one looked really good to me the time I purchased it, so I got 2 bottles. It was £5.99. I think my lens is dirty. And this was a bit more expensive. This was, I think, about £8 thereabouts. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so we've done everything, and now we just need to let it melt. And I've put the double boiler on. Okay, so it's at 6 minutes, and I'm going to turn it off as soon as it reaches 7 minutes. Do you know, I've just thought of something to do, and next time I do this, I'm going to do that. Okay, so it's at 7 minutes. I did want to just do it right now, but because last time I didn't do it, so I don't want to come and show you something I haven't done before. But I think that's going to work so well. I'm so excited actually. So I think our hair is going to be really well moisturized, because I'll want to use this quickly so I can do the other one. And today I'm not going to take this off like I did with the body butter, because like I said, I do want it to heat up. So they can all just infuse together. And I think that's best done when they're warm, when they're heated. It looks so golden. Yeah, so I'm just going to leave in here. I'll see maybe for 15, until it gets to 15 minutes. But I switched it off at 7, but I'll leave it for another 8 minutes here. And then I take it off. Well, that's it really. Put it in the container. You don't want to put warm things in a plastic container. So, but that's not the reason why I'm leaving it here. You can do that after. After you take it off here, you need to let it cool down before it goes in the plastic container. Leaving it here right now is just, as I said, for the heat. Okay, so I guess I'll show you me putting it in the container and when it's colder. Okay, so I'm going to take it off now. Oh, by the way, I found a smaller pot. I found it, but then I couldn't see the container, so I've just washed that off. I think this will be too big. Yeah, so now I just want to let it sit to cool down, and then I put it in the pot. So whilst the oil is still cooling down, I just thought I'll moisturize my daughter's hair. So I've just sprayed it. So just use some water, because you don't want to apply oil to dry hair. It will have no benefits really, so, or it won't be as useful as it would if your scalp and hair were a bit moisture wet. And yeah, so I've just worked it in. So just using it as a hot oil treatment. I'm not going to cover it or anything. Just going to, yeah, just apply it. This is my older daughter. This is my younger daughter's hair. Now, I have never put chemicals on my children's hair, relaxer, but every year on their birthday, it's like a treat. I flat iron their hair. However, this year with her, we went a bit overboard and she had a lot of heat damage. So her hair had to be cut. And you can see the heat damage is still there. This is her hair. Can you imagine? African, her hair is straight, like it doesn't, it's ridiculous. So really, this is all dead hair, but because I don't want to cut it off short, she won't like it. But really, I think all of this needs to go. At least at the bottom is still good. I'll show you clips of her hair when I flat ironed it so you can see why I must have damaged her hair. But it'll get there. So I can't show you my hair, but I'll show you pictures of my hair because I'll need to crop it. And you see that. So I've just done the same as well. I'm still waiting for this to dry. To cool down. As you can see, this is not just water. It has the leave-in conditioner because my hair likes a lot of moisture. So every morning I do put this in all of our hair. So, and it has some of this as well. So I put this water and the leave-in and I just leave it here. And in the morning I'll just spray, you know, just a little bit, not to wet it or anything. And it's really good. Just keeps it soft throughout the day. Okay, so it's 30 minutes later and I'm just now going to put it in here so I can cool it down in the fridge. Okay, so that's done. And I'm just using my hand to take the rest out of here and apply it to the hair again. By the way, her hair has also been cut because she also did have heat damage. But my older daughter's hair texture is a bit different to I and my younger daughter, so her one was a bit more difficult to gauge where the heat damage was, but I did cut quite a bit. She had actually a lot of inches cut off her hair, but it's still fairly long. Also, just to say, we don't dry our hair with a dryer, with a like electric dryer. I have probably about 6 or 7 different hair dryers. That's because I used to use them a lot. Even straighteners, I have about 2 or 3, but I no longer do that. And for the children's hair, I've never, I do it every year if I'm straightening their hair, but otherwise, wet hair, they could even go to school with wet hair if I wash their hair in the mornings. I just don't use electrical heat to dry their hair at all. It dries naturally. So that's another thing to say about. So just think about all of that when you think of retention of your length or just the hair in itself. I think that's more important than how long your hair is. I get a lot of people telling me your hair is so black. That's one thing. My hair is just generally black, as my younger daughter's hair is. My older daughter's hair is a bit more brownish. And very thick, but my hair has always been like that. So, yeah. So this just goes in the fridge now, as I said. This is the Remington salon style one. It's really good because it has all the combs in there, and Then that's the children's one. I think that was the birthday gift, really. I don't remember me buying that for her. This is Carmen, this Team Combie one. And then I have those 3 dryers, a Power Pick, a Revlon. That's a no-name one down there, but I don't know where I bought it from. And then I have the Remington straightener. This is my Babyliss straightener. It can be cordless as well. It's a salon style one with the cord. The cord is quite long. I don't know where the straightener is. It's lost somewhere. And I have another Vidal Sassoon hairdryer. And these are all my heat protectants, you can see. So many. Yeah. So they're only used once a year, as I've said. I don't put these on my hair anymore. So it's all cold now, and I'm just going to open it. Right, that's it. And it smells very mild. Well, not very mild, but you can't make a scent out of it. You can't say, oh, straight away I can smell this or that. So for me, this is something that I'd be comfortable to put on my hair, because also if you've just washed your hair and conditioned it, you already have a scent there. So when you add this, you almost can't smell anything on it, and day by day the scent does wear off, so you just end up with the goodness. So thank you for watching, and again, this is something that's not usual to my channel, but it's closely relating to the body butter that I have. Oh, and as I said, I keep this in the fridge. It has just come from the freezer because I wanted to quickly do the video, to end the video and put it up. But now I'm taking it out of the freezer, and it's just kept in the fridge.